your PlayStation. Play with your PlayStation. Play with your PlayStation. Don't play with me, boys. 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 Play with your PlayStation. Play with your PlayStation. Play with your PlayStation. Play with your.
Hello, friends. This is Low Rate Hitman. What I got today is a little video. We'll talk a little bit about Jerry Lawler. I mean, you guys are probably saying, Jerry Lawler, why would you want to talk about Jerry Lawler? That picture right there, by the way, is about 2 years old. That's with both my boys. Sean is the older one, the tall one. He was probably almost 6 foot then. He's a little over 6'1" now, 13 years old, I know, wow. I took my kids down to see Jerry Lawler that night, and man, the person that he is, you know, he poses for pictures and everything. I was like, you guys need to go ahead and get your picture taken with Jerry Lawler, you know. And I tend to take my boys to wrestling every once in a while when it comes in the area. I don't drive miles and miles and miles away to go see it. I think here pretty soon we're going to go see the WWE in Jackson. It's going to be a pretty large show. I think it's sometime in October, which Jackson isn't that far away from where I live at, but we're going to go down there and see some more wrestling. Before I get into my commentary, I want to give a shout out to one of the players on the team, Ultimate Legit. We played this weekend. He got a mob at the end of this map, at the end of this round on this map. He camped his little ass off to get it, you know, but he still got one regardless, you know, and give him a little shout out. That's at the end of the video if you guys make it that long. So last night I was at work and I heard, you know, that Jerry Lawler had a heart attack. I was like, whoa, seriously, man? You know, because I grew up watching Jerry Lawler. I know that sounds odd, you know. Low rate hit, man, you're just a country boy. You from the South. All you guys do is watch wrestling and blah, blah, blah. No, well, you're kind of right, you know, because I grew up enjoying wrestling. I mean, wrestling is a thing that a lot of kids go through here in the South. I'm sure they do in the North too, but it's predominantly a Southern thing for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. And when I heard this, it was kind of upsetting. I was like, wow, Jerry Lawler. I remember being a kid and he was, you know, an older person, you know, and then get to look and he's 62 years old. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You know, 62 years old. He's very active for his age because that picture that you saw right there, he was 60 years old. He got up in the round and he got up in the ring and wrestled for at least 15 minutes that night, you know. So a 60-year-old man still doing this, being active and supporting the wrestling community the way that he does and the way that he has all these years is just an amazing thing. You know, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, this commentary isn't going to be for somebody, you know, that doesn't like wrestling because, of course, wrestling is fake as far as the acting goes. As far as getting dropped on your head, getting body slammed, suplex, slap, punched, bitten, you know, cutting your forehead with razors, yeah, all that stuff's real. I mean, you can't fake that. I mean, you're gonna have pain. You're gonna hurt. You know, there's been many superstars that have actually got addicted to pain medication because wrestling has taken its toll on them. You know, and it's just so painful on their body. You know that they can't wrestle no more. All they do is barely walk around. You know, but that's another subject within itself. So the first time that I ever seen and met Jerry Lawler, I was 9 years old. We used to have wrestling once a month in our town at our local civic center. And the big stars would actually come. And in that time period, you had Eddie Gilbert, the Moondogs, Hillbilly Jim, Jake the Snake, Brickhouse Brown, Jeff Jarrett. You had quite a few people, you know, and they was there whenever I first seen them, and I think I seen them wrestle the Gilberts. I mean, Eddie Gilbert and Tommy Gilbert and them. You'd have to be a wrestling fan to know who I'm talking about. So the first time that I met him was prior to that, actually. It was at school because he come to school that day. He come to our classroom and he was like, we're going to have wrestling night at the Civic Center. Anybody that wants to come down and meet me, I'll personally take pictures with you and sign autographs. And we'll have a good time. There's going to be good food down there. There's going to be good entertainment for the whole family. Tell your parents that you want to come. And I can't wait to see you there. He come into the actual classroom in the class, you know, and the teacher was like, we have a special guest today. It's Jerry the King Lawler. I'm like, Jerry the King Lawler? No way. You know, everybody was excited, man. You know, at least the boys was. I mean, the girls, they could care less about Jerry the King Lawler, you know. But it was a big thing. And let me tell you, that night, it was a full house in our town. And I come from a small town, and this civic center was packed. There was probably 400 people in there, and it was... the energy inside of there was just awesome for a wrestling match. And after that, I was hooked as far as going to live wrestling matches. Before that, it was just on TV. We had watch wrestling, Memphis wrestling every Saturday morning. You know, you sit there in your skimpies and your underwear, eat some cereal, watch some wrestling, you know, and they'd pass a few hours, you know. It's something to talk about at school the next day or whatnot. But I truly can't go into debt with all the wrestlers that I've actually met, got my picture taken with, shook their hand or whatnot, and actually got to speak to and interact with in my lifetime just because of Jerry Lawler. I can name a few that you guys might be aware of, such as Kane. You know, Kane, he is a Memphis wrestler. His name was Dr. Isaac Yankem, and I got to meet him personally, you know, and it was all because of Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler promoted Memphis wrestling so much, and so many stars went up to the WWF/WWE because of Jerry Lawler. Not counting WCW, but basically Jerry Lawler, he is in cahoots with WWE. That's why he is an announcer and a commentator on there, is because he put work in, and he brings a lot of talent to that show, and he has over the years. By saying what I'm saying, I don't want to cut anybody short, man. There's a lot of other players in the game that's helped out the Tennessee and the Southern wrestling out so much, like Bill Dundee and Jamie Dundee, just Brian Christopher, Jerry Lawler's son, you know. There's just so many people that's involved in this, you know, and I don't think Memphis wrestling has got the credit that it deserves over the years. I mean, I've seen so many stars come from Memphis, and a lot of it is attributed to Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler claims to be the king of Memphis, and Jerry Lawler is the king of Memphis as far as I'm concerned. I mean, besides Elvis Presley and some other people, he's done the most for Memphis, you know, as far as talent and getting people seen and getting people out there than anybody that I know. I mean, which I could be totally wrong, you know, but just from what I see, you know, he's been a tremendous help to the community. You know, there's a dark side to him too. I've heard that he's got a couple strip joints. I don't know if he still has them, you know, and he likes to party hard, you know, which I'm sure he probably did like to party hard back in the day, you know. If you're a wrestler and you got a pocket full of money, you know, and you're somewhat handsome to women, you know, hey, you know, you're going to do your thing. There ain't nothing wrong with that. The one thing that I appreciate from Jerry Lawler is I got to meet my favorite wrestler of all time, which was Ric Flair. I mean, I have always been a Nature Boy Ric Flair fan. I mean, tried and true. I mean, for some reason, you know, that man is just buck wild talking to women, you know. He's just crazy, you know. He's just 100% player, at least the role that he has, you know. And for some reason, he's just able to mesmerize people with the things that he says. I mean, it's just crazy. So basically what I'm saying, Jerry Lawler, I know you never hear this, I mean, but my prayers are with you, man. I hope you get better, and I hope you at least live to be 100, man. You deserve it. I mean, you put some hard work in. I mean, and Brian Christopher, hang in there, the family. I just hope everything comes good out of this. I mean, I just hope goodness comes out of this. I mean, I truly do. I hate to see anybody down on their luck, especially with health. And thanks for being so good to the kids, man. That night that I took my kids up there to see you, I mean, it was like me reliving my childhood. The only difference is when I took my kids, there was only 15 people there. 15 people. I mean, that's how much wrestling has got away from what it was at one point in time, you know, but you still stayed there. You, Brian, Christopher, everybody, you still stayed there, put on the show, and you just encourage the kids to do something productive, you know, which it is productive. I mean, some kids really do have the dream of making it big as a wrestler and getting healthy, getting built, getting active and training and doing that line of work. I know at one time when I was younger, I definitely wanted to do that. I mean, I talked to Kane, a.k.a. Dr. Isaac Yankem. I was like, man, I want to get into wrestling. He's like, you're big enough to do it. You need to go talk to so-and-so, man. But I didn't have the drive to do nothing like that. My mind was in a different place. I mean, I'm an old man now. It's too late for all that. I don't need no broken bones. Lord knows that. So I do apologize to you guys that do not watch wrestling, and if you listen to any of this just because I did the commentary, I really do appreciate it. At the same time, I apologize, you know, and I encourage you, just look on YouTube, type in Jerry the King Lawler, watch some of his old wrestling matches, some of his promos. They call them promos before they go into the ring or whatnot. They get up there with the announcer or whatnot, and they sit there and cuss the other guy out and put on a big show verbally, you know, flexing their muscles or whatnot. You know, that shit is hilarious right there. I mean, just go back and check him out, man. And maybe, you know, you might say, hey, this cat was pretty cool back in the day. I know everybody knows who he is. I mean, hell, that's how big he is. I mean, hell, everybody knows who it is. Just show a picture of him. That's all it takes. And by the way, if you've been watching this video, you see who's been on the objective. One person this whole damn time. That's been me this whole damn game. I won this round for my team. No, I mean, I'm sure every once in a while somebody else stepped on. But majority of the time I play the damn objective. That's how you're supposed to do it, damn it. Ultimate legit camping in a corner. But yeah, I thank you guys for stopping by. And if you got Twitter, add me on Twitter, man. I interact on there when I can. I've been busy with football and working here lately. Or add me on the PlayStation Network, Low Rate Hitman. And hope everybody has a wonderful day. And as always, I thank you guys for stopping by and watching my videos and doing what you do for me. I mean, I really do appreciate it. Thanks a lot and have a good day.